And we're back. The spread, NFL, week 7. Let's go. Let's get in the huddle. Let's get this thing rolling. Before we get going, sad news. My co-host, William C. Mitchell, decided to rent a scooter last weekend. He's having a great time, couple cocktails, flipped over, broke both his legs, out indefinitely, but the show goes on. So what do we got this week? Who had the sauce presented by Torchbearer Sauces? Accidentally healthy, intentionally delicious. Like we've said, you can put on all types of meat, hippo, giraffe, lion. Wait, what am I talking about? You can put on any type of beef, chicken thighs, shrimp, seafood. Everything tastes delicious with it. So who had the sauce this week? We're going to go 2 places really quick. Cleveland Browns played San Francisco. They were a +5, and the New York Jets +7 went into Philly. Both teams won outright. Both teams really played great defense, scored just enough to win. The New York Jets were awesome. It pains me to say that. They were outstanding on defense, missing both corners, still won, so hats off to both teams. And then Cleveland really kind of pushed around San Francisco, knocked out McCaffrey, knocked out Debo, played physical. They've been doing it all year on defense, so great job to them. Who had no sauce? This is a tough one. Geno Smith. You might be saying, George, you stupid. Geno Smith had a good game. Geno Smith failed twice in the red zone in the fourth quarter, under 5 minutes. Touchdown would have won the game. No sauce. He didn't do it. So let's get into it. This week, we're going to do the Power 3. We really want to nail down the 3 biggest games. Number 1, the LA Chargers going into Kansas City. Kansas City's -5.5. Over-under, 47.5. So big game for the Chiefs. Chargers need a bounce-back game really bad. So Kansas City, even with all their struggles on offense, because they haven't been elite per se, they're fourth in total offense. They can move the ball. They can score. Mahomes has been pedestrian, though. 11 touchdowns, 5 picks. They need a wide receiver, right? Let's not joke around anymore. Kelsey's their number 1, but they need a number 1 wide receiver. They got Hardman back from the Jets. They traded back for him. He's not a number 1. He's maybe a 3 at best. But I'll tell you, who the real hero is in Kansas City? Are you waiting for it? That defense, ranked 6th in the league, 183 in passing yards they're giving up per game. They're only allowing 14.7 a game in points. Fantastic. Kansas City's defense, Spagnuolo, has been phenomenal. So let's get into the Chargers really quick. Herbert looks like Tarzan, plays like Jane in the fourth quarter when the game on the line. That's pretty bad. Also, this year, they're number 31 in defense. Their head coach, former DC, Brandon Staley, he's probably going to be on the way out after this year if it continues. They do have an elite play caller in Moore, Kellen Moore came from Dallas. Dallas probably should never let him go. But anyways, back to this. This is where I see the difference in the game. Chargers are going to give up way too many yards. This is kind of a get right for Kansas City's offense. I know they did a decent job against Dallas last week. They came out, played up, and now they're on the road. Kansas City, lock it in, take the -5.5. Stay away from the over-under. I'm still not sold on Kansas City's defense, and I'm sure we're going to see the Swifties dancing around the game, so maybe that's got something going for them. I don't know. I'm not a Swiftie right now. I'm trying to shake it off, though. Let's get to the Detroit Lions. 5-1 Detroit Lions going into Baltimore. Baltimore's -3 at home. Over under 42.5. So what's not to like when they have the ball for Detroit? What's not to like, right? Their offense, number 3 in the league. Passing yards, number 4 in the league. Running the ball, 8 in the league. So 4th in points scored. They're averaging 28 a game. They are humming along. I know that's why their offensive coordinator's already in discussions to become a head coach somewhere. He's going to be a hot candidate when the year's ending. And on defense, Detroit, let's not forget about the defense. We're equal opportunity people here on the spread. Their defense is absolutely nasty against the run. 64 yards a game they're giving up. That is insane. So we've covered Detroit. Now, what does Baltimore do? What don't they do? I can tell you one thing they don't do. They are not pretty on offense. Lamar Jackson hasn't been special this year like he has been in the past, but they are 4-2. They run the ball terrific, 144 yards a game. They're 5th in the league. The defense, my friends, they're playing this year outstanding. They're number 2 in total yards given up, 2nd against the pass. Why do I bring all this up? Detroit can throw the ball well. I'm not the biggest Goff fan. He's having a great year, but this is where it's going to get interesting. If they can slow down that pass and get them one-dimensional, Baltimore, this is the type of game Baltimore wins, right? No one believes in them, even though I know Vegas does. They're favored by them, but the national consensus, they're just not the Baltimore of years past. This is where I can see this game. I like Detroit with the +3. I actually think Baltimore's going to win this game. It's going to be a 1 or 2 point win. They're going to gut it out. They're going to force Goff into. He doesn't make many mistakes, but I think he's going to have 1 or 2 picks here. Really like Baltimore. But I'm going to take Detroit in the points. But I think Baltimore's going to win outright in an absolute slugfest in Baltimore. Now, this is it. This is the big one. Everyone's waiting for this game. They've been circling the calendars since the season started. The Miami Dolphins are going to the Philadelphia Eagles. Little brotherly love, -2.5 for Philly at home. The over-under is 51.5. Now, during the week, all the bets have been pouring in on Miami for the plus, 2.5. Everybody's taking the over. But before we get to our pick, let's really talk about what can we say about Miami's offense, the greatest show on surf, whatever they want to call themselves, they can do it. Let's talk about the basics. Tua, deadly accurate. Hill has been a monster. Waddle's starting to slowly get back in the groove. This week, Claypool's probably going to play. He'll be a red zone target for sure because they need taller receivers there. I was about to say we. I don't know why I would say we, but they need taller receivers in the red zone. They probably have answered that. Let's see if Claypool can get along in the locker room. Now, the other part about the Dolphins that's phenomenal, they're number 1 in the pass and the run. Mostert, heck of a year. And remember, A-Chain's been out. Before that, he was the leading rusher in the league already, which is crazy. Now, the defense in Miami, that's a different story. They are improving. They're getting to the quarterback more. I think they're the number 1 team with quarterback hits, so they are harassing the QBs. But I think that could be a byproduct of who they played. Played Carolina last week, the week before they played the Giants. Everybody's been sacking Daniel Jones. Everybody's kind of getting Bryce Young, his face. So let's see if that's real this week because they're going against a great offensive line in Philadelphia. I know Lane Johnson's out this week, but let's see how they're going to do. The key for Miami's defense, though, look in these eyes. The key to that defense, they're going to need harass Hurts all night long, just like the Jets did to have any success. So the Eagles, first loss of the season. How are they going to respond? Are they that team that went to the Super Bowl last year? We're going to find out. Now, last week, Hurts threw the ball 45 times. Swift only got 10 attempts. Almost feels like it needs to be reversed, right? You're going to need 45 running attempts between Swift and the rest of the guys they have in the backfield. Limit Hurts in terms of throwing the ball that much. That's going to hurt them. And let's be honest, right? It's not always on the players. The coach kind of shit the bed on the play calling that game. Swift's been outstanding all year. Can't say enough about that guy. I know Detroit's been uber successful, but that was just kind of a bonehead move to get rid of him. 452 yards this year so far, 5.2 a carry. Okay, A.J. Brown, we got to talk about him for a minute. Typical beast mode so far, phenomenal. 672 yards, 16 yards a catch. Now, Philadelphia, they can rush the football, rush the passer. Reddick and Sweat, so far 9 sacks combined on the year. Now, they are 20th against the run. So what does all this mean? We talked about both teams, in and out, what's going to happen. I can't go against Miami. Not just the fan, the bias. I've rode them all year so far. But this is the big test. Last time Miami went to a tough game, they got pushed around by Buffalo. Tua got harassed. Let's see if McDaniel can make the adjustments and what Philly's going to do come off the loss. But I'm going to go Miami plus 2.5, and let's go to the over. I think it's going to be a great Sunday night game. Could be a Super Bowl preview. Definitely both teams should be in it to at least the end or deep in the playoffs. So that's it. I told you, today's lean and trim. We got right in the weight room. We hit our weights. We got in the practice field. We're good to go. Now, before we get out of here, this is the fun segment. We've done well all year long. Let's get some easy money for you guys out there. Here's our best bets of the week. Let's take the Detroit Lions. Let's take the +3 on them. And let's go Miami plus 2.5. And we're going to do the over. It's going to be a high-scoring game. Looking forward to all that. And as always, like and subscribe. Stop wasting our time. I'm on vacation this week. Look, and we're still here. We're doing the work. Like, subscribe. Hope you like the show. If you want some other stuff in it, comment on it. Tell me how great I am, how great we're doing this. Anything you like. But we love having you guys on here. Let's look forward to a great week 7 coming up. And lock those bets in, my friends. Lock them in early, lock them in often. Good luck to everybody.